session. Let me also record the session, guys. So we were discussing on the various kind of validations, so which are present in Informatica. We were discussing expression transformation. Now in the expression transformation, we will go and see some more example. Like this is a table, okay? This is the source table, okay? And let me just take it in a separate page. So the source and target is in a separate page. You can understand clearly. So guys, this is the source table and this is the target table. Now the transformation tells, the if the source commission value is null, replace with -1. If the source commission value is null, replace with -1. That means wherever the commission is null, you have to replace with -1. That is what is the condition, guys. That is what is the things what you have to study. Suppose the commission is null here, we'll replace with -1. Commission is null, we'll replace with -1. That is what is the thing, guys. So we have to validate the data from the source to the target. The ETL logic says that wherever the commission is null, replace with -1. So that is what is the ETL logic, guys. The commission wherever is null, we have to replace by -1. So we'll start doing the validation, guys. So there will be two things. First is the source validation and the source and target, and we'll do the validation. So in the source and target, the first validation, what we want to do is count validation. So how we will do the count validation? Can you just tell me between the source and the target? Any idea, guys? First, what we have to validate? Count. Do you remember that? Yes or no? Anu and Rakesh?
Yes.
So Anu, can you just tell me how to validate the count? Query. Select
count star
count of star from which table?
from EMP table.
From the source table. Yes.
Yes, or source table.
What will be the output? 14.
All the
Number of records. How many records are there in this table? 14
14.
records. And here also, if you see, the number of records are not changing, right? Only the commission, wherever it is null, we are replacing with what? -1. So can you tell me the query at the target side?
Select star.
Select, not star. Count of star from which table?
Target table.
Output will be what?
14.
Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Now, if I have to validate the data validation. Data validation, we do use which query? Everyone tell me.
Minus
Query. Yes or no? Yes. Yeah. So we'll use the query called as minus. Okay. So how can we validate the data? Do you know? How can we validate the data? Using minus query.
Select employee number, employee name.
No. How we will check this data value if the commission wherever is null is changing to -1? Can you think?
Yeah.
Suppose I select all the data from EMP table. So I'll write all the columns like employee number, then name, then job, then hire date, then
managing,
MGR, then
salary.
How to replace this commission wherever the null values are there? NVL, then commission, comma, what? -1. Yes or no, guys? Wherever the commission is null, we will replace it with what? Minus.
That's all.
Then comma what? Department number. Then what, guys? Minus. Select all these columns from which table? This is from the source table. And all these columns we will select from which table? Anu? All these columns now we will select from which table?
Source.
From the target table. Yes or no, guys? source minus target me gives the data present in.
What is this NVL? NVL?
NVL is what? Do you remember? Anu, what is NVL? To replace the null value with a value, we will use NVL. Yes or no? Yes. That NVL function tells that wherever the commission is null, replace it with what? -1. Yes or no, guys? Yes. So that is what is the thing I have used. This is what you have to think. This is the transformation logic. So now after using this function, what happens? Wherever the commission is null, it is replaced with -1. Now I've got the data query from the source minus target. And what should be the output? Do you remember that, guys? No rows selected. Yes or no, guys? Yes. Any doubt in this query? Anu? Mohan, are you understanding anything?
Yeah, I know some basics of SQL, so I'm understanding.
Okay. Fine. Is it clear, guys? Yes or no? Yes. Any doubt, Anu?
Yes, so we are using a minus. Yes, so the target, why the rows are not selecting?
Because there is no data which is not matching. Our target is what? For every time, every validation, we do source minus target, and output should be no rows selected. I don't want any data which is present in the target and not present in the source. Yes or no?
Okay, okay.
That is what is the ETL testing. The data which is loaded from source to target, we have to validate. And how we validate? Using minus. If I do target minus source, again, I don't want anything which is present in target and not present in source. Every validation, I have told this thing. Yes or no? Yes. So always we'll use minus for the data validation. Any doubt now? Any doubt or no? Anything you want to tell?
No, no.
Did you understood why I use minus? Because source minus target should return no rows, because the data present in source should not be present. There should not be any data which is present in source and not present in target. Any doubts?
I
No.
have a doubt actually.
Yes, tell me.
There is some another function called NVL2, right?
Yes.
Where will be using that NVL2?
See, NVL and NVL2 are different things.
Okay.
NVL and NVL2. So here what happens? No, if I write here commission, okay, and I write here suppose suppose 0, 1. So first of all, NVL is having how many operators?
3 parameters will be having 3.
Yes,
Okay.
NVL is having only 2 parameters. NVL
Okay.
is having how many parameters? 3 parameters. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So NVL tells whenever this first parameter is null and wherever that parameter is null, replace it with the other number. Means whatever the second argument is there, means wherever the commissions are null. Suppose here if you see, here this commission is null. I want to replace it with -1. So it is just replaced. Using which function?
Okay.
NVL. But NVL2 is having three arguments, not null and null. If it is not null, then you give this one. If it is null, then you give this one. Are you able to understand? If this,
yeah, okay, fine, getting it.
This is not null, then give this one. If it is null, give this one. So there are 3 parameters and there are 2 conditions, not null and null. But here only if null, replace with this. Here if it is not null, then I want the second expression. If it is null, I want the first expression. That's what is it.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Now what validation I will do? Anu, do you remember that? Duplicate validation. How to validate the duplicates in employee number column? Tell me the duplicate query. What is the duplicate query? Can everyone tell me? Select employee number, comma what? Count of star from which table, guys? Target. Group by what?
Group by
Employee number having what?
count.
Greater than 1.
Greater than 1, and output should be what?
No record.
No rows selected.
Yeah.
So if I have to do the null validation, how can I do null validation? In the employee number column, select star from target where employee number is null. And what should be the output, guys? No row selected. Yes or no, guys? Any doubts, guys, still here? No doubts? Good.
No doubt.
In this software, the password is Oracle.
So if we give for commission is null, then commission will get nulls, right? Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, in employee number will give null, but if we give for commission, it will provide some nulls, right?
Yes, but the requirement is to check in the employee number column.
Yeah, if commission it is there means it will get.
It will show null and that will be error, right? The requirement is what? There should not be any null in the employee number. But if it is the question, if there should not be any null in the commission, if it is showing null value, that is a defect, right? So guys, let me just show that query. What was that? NVL one. First of all, guys, if I want all the records, I can use A star, right? Do you remember that A star? Yes or no? Anu, do you remember A star?
Yeah, so alias
name. If I EMP table name is changed to A and I want all this column, so what will happen? I'll use A dot star. Now see guys, see this query. Now what is this query telling is, wherever the commission is null, replace it with what? 0. Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Yes, see here
Yes.
the commission is null. It is replaced with 0. Wherever the commission is 0, it is replacing with 0. And this is your source query and source minus target. And what was your target? Target was what? Wherever the commission is null, I will replace it with what? -1, and I will just do the minus. So that is what is the query, guys. You should always remember whenever you want the data, guys, in the target table similar to source, we have to write the query. We have to do the changes in the this is a separate column. I have taken commission, okay, to show you. But what was our actual, you see, this was our query, right? See here.
In that, there is a field with 0 value, but null and 0 are not the same one, right? But it is being replaced as 0.
Yeah, I have replaced the null with the 0. I can replace with 1, 2, anything, right?
Okay, but in the query we have given as, in the query we have given we are giving like wherever is null value we are replacing with 0.
No.
In the
This is just to show you. See our actual query. Wherever the null is, what we are replacing? -1. Yes or no?
Yes, I'm getting that. In the previous query, I'm asking like in the commission column there is a value of 0. But that is not the null value, right? 0 is not the null value. Null value is something like different, or I'm getting it wrong.
See, null is not a 0. 0 is a number. Okay. Null is not a number. Okay.
Yes.
Null is not a number. 0 plus 5 is what? 5. But null plus 5 is what? Null. Do you know that?
Null. Yeah.
So that is what is the thing. We have just replaced the null value with 0. Here I am replacing the null value with -1. Here I was telling we have taken all the records and we taken a separate query for to show that. But here we have made the query similar to the target table. Can you see the target table? Yes or no? Now see the data in the source and target is matching or not?
Yes.
Now if I do A minus B, what will happen? What will be the output?
No record selected or no row selected.
Row selected. Yes or no, guys? Yes. Now the query, next query is requirement 4 is there's a source table customer where there's ID, name, and city. And what is happening is the abbreviation of the names are given. Okay. If it is HYD, that means it is what the transformation logic change tells. If it is HYD in the target table, make it Hyderabad. If it is BNG in the target table, make it Bangalore. If it is like that, then how will you write the query? That is what is the query. So this is requirement number 4. Now you have to tell me the validations. Yeah, guys, tell me, can you tell me the validation queries? Think this is what is, guys, actual ETL testing. ETL testing is not only knowing that okay, extract, transform, and load testing is happening, and then data is getting loaded from source to target, and we're validating the data. That is what is not the ETL testing. ETL testing is to check the complex logics which are put and think how to prepare the validation queries, and then you have to validate each and every data from the source to target, and if those are matching, then only our ETL testing is completed, and if the data are not matching, we'll log it as a defect. That is what is the challenging part, and that is why people take the courses, people learn. It's not that easy with respect to the validation of each and every complex validation. So now what I told you everything is to tell you to think about the queries. This is your source table, this is your target table. Here Hyderabad, HYD is again changed to Hyderabad, BNG is changed to Bangalore. So how will you validate the this particular transformation logic, which is changed from where the data is getting loaded from source to target? So now my question is, tell me the queries. Yeah, tell me the queries. First is the count validation. Can you tell me the count validation queries, guys? Guys, are you there with me? Yes or no?
Select
Count star,
Select
count of star,
count of star
source,
from source.
source
What will be the output, guys?
4.
4. Now, can you tell me the query in the target side? Anu, can you just try? Select count of star from where?
Target.
Target. What will be the output? 4 records. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now I want to do the data validation. That is the main challenging part. Data validation. Can you just think on the data validation query? Select. What will happen, guys? ID, name.
Name, city.
Now, how to replace this city Hyderabad HYD to Hyderabad? That is what is the challenging part. Think. Any idea?
Replace.
No, replace is for replacing the table name. Do you know this thing? Decode. Have you heard about that?
code,
Yeah.
City versus the column name. Now, what I want is wherever the city is what? HYD. Just whenever the city is HYD, replace it with what, guys?
Hyderabad,
Hyderabad. HYDREBAD. Fine. Wherever the column is city is Bangalore. BNG. Replace it with what, guys? Tell me.
Bangalore, BAGA,
Exactly.
LORE.
Yeah, Bangalore. Yes or no, guys? Yes. And then comma, what you have to take name as a from the, this is from the, no need of comma. This is from the source. Then what you have to do? Minus select ID, name, city from which table?
target,
Target.
Target.
And what should be the output?
No row
records.
rows selected. Yes or no, guys? Yes. Now tell me duplicate query. I want to do the duplicate validation in the ID column. Can you just tell me the query in the target side? We'll do the ID column validation. Can you tell me the duplicate query? Select.
Select.
Everyone tell me. How many times I have to tell this query? Select ID, comma what?
ID, name,
Count.
Count of star
From which table?
also
Target table.
target.
target. Then what, guys? Tell me the query. How many times I have tell duplicate query? Anu, tell me the query. Group by what?
Group by ID.
ID
having what?
Having count of
first are greater than 1.
What should be the output, guys? No row selected. Yes or no, guys? Now tell me if I want to do the null check for ID column. Select ID from which table? Target table where ID is null. And output should be what, guys? No row selected. Yes or no, guys? Any doubt here? Anu? Anyone? Mohan, Rakesh? Are you clear with
No.
the validation queries?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent, guys. Excellent. See, there is two validation. One is filter validation and one is router validation. You have to understand it very, very nicely. See. Now, guys, filter validation and router validation, what happens is there's a table and there's two table. One table, second table. Now, this is table 1. This is table 2. This is table 3. Now there's a column called as department number. Department number is 10, 20. There's a department number 10, 20, and 30. Now the requirement, the transformation logic is department 10 should be loaded in department should be loaded in the target table. That's all. So this is the target table. Now what is the requirement is, see it very carefully. Router transformation is again very complex to understand. In the target table, only department 10 should be loaded. So this 10 is loaded here. This is fine. What about 20 and 30? This is going in the another target table that is called as reject table. This is called as what, guys? Reject table. Now this is what is called as reject or router table. What happens here is this 20 will come here and 30 will come here. See now, out of this 10, 20, 30, only 10 would have been loaded into the target table. That is called as filter transformation. But the difference between filter and router transformation is the values which has not been loaded into the target will go in a separate table. That is called as what, guys? Reject table or router table. Are you understanding router transformation? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So the validation will be done from this source to this target, and also this target means this source value will be checked with target 2 and also with target 3. Since the values are getting routed to the reject table, that is why it is called as router transformation. Be very, very clear and clean in this, guys. So see here. Here what happened, guys? This is the source table. Okay. This is the source table is there. And now what happens in router transformation is if commission is 0 or null, data is going to the reject table. That means what, guys? You have to understand this is your source table. Let me just write down for the clarity. Source table. And this is target. Target table tells only if the commission is not null, load into target table. So suppose, let me just make it up so that we can understand more clearly. Yeah. So if the commission is not null, guys, it is going to where, guys? It is going to the target 1 table. And if the commission is null, it is going to the reject table. Okay, that is what is the logic. Okay. Now, guys, for this validation, we will do the validation from tomorrow. Okay. Today I'm leaving you early, guys, because I have some commitments today. So this is the document I would be sharing to you. Okay. From tomorrow, we'll start the router transformation validation, and we'll finish all the validation. There is something called a shorter transformation, lookup transformation, and joiner transformation. Tomorrow, I will finish all these three, and then we'll go to the DB to DB, Excel to Excel, file to file validation. After that, we'll go to the slowly changing dimension type 1, 2, 3. And this topics, guys, if you miss my class, you will never understand. You can go to any sites. And then we'll go to initial incremental load validation. Then we'll learn so many things are pending. So we'll start this from tomorrow, guys. And please be on time at 8 p.m. Today I'm leaving you early because of some reasons. Okay.